Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Well, today's video is Valentine soap doing column molds. My special little trick with the embeds inside of the column molds. I've made some before, and here are pictures of a couple of the projects. And the very first one is the last one, which is kind of cool, but complicated. So we're going to stick with the basics here. I'm flying by the seat of my pants, so it's going to be a little bit of a bumpy ride. Still trying to figure out everything as I go as far as this video part. But I realized I didn't show you how I came about what you saw. It's basically kind of scraps of similar colors. And because I didn't want to use them for something else, I decided to turn them into embeds for these little hearts. And I hadn't made any on camera, so I'm just making some here in this footage to show you as an example, utilizing same stuff, but already made. And I'll utilize this in another project, thinking maybe for the base of the soap a little bit more of a pinkish purple tone. Okay, this is where it gets out of hand with my editing skills. I'm still really new to this, but the special effects are fun, so I'm having a great time with the sparkles. Okay, dusting this with Crafter's Choice Highlight White Purple. It's really sparkly. That's how it looks when I'm finished chopping it up. Here we go. Now you just put it in the bag and let it rip. Make sure and shake it pretty good just to incorporate all the sparkled mica within all the embeds. And now I'm prepping for the base of the heart mold, which will be combined with the embeds. That makes that really cool look that you'll see in the finished product here. So I'm just mixing and trying to come up with the color that works. The two colors work really well and almost has a camellia effect. All right, I had to do it in my sink because, for one, it's messy, and the other is the camera stand. It would literally not give me any room to be able to even see what I'm doing. So this works out great, even though you're seeing the inside of my sink. Okay, so I'm just doing layers at a time where I'm spraying with alcohol. I'm doing little tiny bits at a time. If you do it all at once, you won't be able to get the embeds everywhere you want them to be. So do a layer of the base, followed that with the layer of the embeds, tamp it down, another spray with alcohol, more base, and I use the bamboo skewer to just make sure everything gets in there when it's supposed to, and I pour it relatively hot. You're going to want to, I would say, with these particular embeds, go at least 140. I know it might seem like a sin to some of you, but you really want it to, otherwise this embed will tend to want to disintegrate. So you want to get it good and melted so everything adheres together. I don't know how to explain it, but think about it like separation. When your layers of soap separate, it's the same thing. And these are just little tiny layers that want to run away. So between the alcohol and the heat, this keeps it nice and tight and seems to work well. And I'm hoping that these few minutes of just showing you the inside of my sink and a poorly shot view of my process gives you an idea of how I'm making these really cool looking embeds. And if I haven't, just make sure and let me know in a comment, and I'll do my best to explain anything that I might have missed. But we're getting down to the nitty gritty here, where I'm right at the top, almost done. And the wonders of having a sink right there is the fact that you can put some sparkly editing in and clean it up. Voila! Here it is. Turned out beautiful. I'm telling you, the first time I figured this out, I was beside myself. And I'm trying to remember what I made. I think it was the moons, but it could have been hearts. Not sure. Yeah, I just thought it was fantastic. Okay, here is the other project that I plan on doing. And I was supposed to have it on camera, but just didn't have time. So I'm just showing as an example colors, and then a little sneak peek here of some other videos I'd like to do, but my brain's all over the place, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. Oh, actually I do. It's going to be that rebatch soap. Well, lo and behold, the magic of editing. Yeah, this one. All right, back to the task at hand. Okay, I'm doing the same colors I did for the embed, which is the Nebula Purple and the Twilight by Mad Micah. And I'm going to mix this time in white base. And I'm not showing you all the chopped up pieces or anything like that. I'm basically just mixing the color and eyeballing it, to be honest with you. I don't have exact measurements. Like I said, I'm flying by the seat of my pants doing most of these. I do weigh things out and get it prepped ahead of time, but for the most part, oh, here we go. Look, I'm showing it to you. This is what I'm using in slow motion. Oh, the magic of editing. Starting to figure it out. Okay, I am using some clear base with the white base, and I can't really explain it except I just like the texture better. There's something about the titanium dioxide. It makes the soap softer, and this way it's not as soft. That's about the best I can do as far as explanation goes. So anyway, on to what I'm doing. I'm mixing up the color and getting ready for my first pour. And now I want to talk about the embed that you'll see me fumbling around with. That needs to be cut, and I want to make sure that it's cut a little bit longer than the mold itself to put the pressure on the mold so that it doesn't slide around, and avoid alcohol, at least initially, until it looks like it's not going anywhere, which this is why I'm going to pour the first little bit to where we get a little bit of hardening and the heart embed has a place to rest. But I kind of played Russian roulette with this one and didn't necessarily let it set, experimenting with the idea of keeping the sides and the ends clear of alcohol. And here you'll see me ciphering. I'm just basically figuring out in my head where the embed's going to be sitting and where I'm going to stop with the lighter color base. It's honestly a guessing game right now. I'm just still pretty new to this, so I'm just sailing by a wing and a prayer here. And I fill it up to an inch below the surface with the lighter color base. And it looks like everything's going good here. So I'm happy. I was waiting for that embed to just go slipping around, and it's doing what it's supposed to do. So even though it's off kilter, I can't tell because of this new thing with the filming, but it's fine. And look, I actually didn't wait very long to see if it was going to slide. I was just praying that it wouldn't slide around once I put this last layer on top, and it didn't. Maybe I shouldn't say anything. Plot ruiner. I just ruined the end for you guys. It worked out, and crossed my fingers. So okay, just sort of ciphering. Oh, showing some soaps. This one I won't be filming, but turned out cute, really cute. And here's another one with the smaller heart rose embed peony. Not sure what it is, but just showing. Oh, showed those in the groups. That's the color of soap I want to do with the other column mold embed. Okay, not wasting any time here. I'm not showing this, but definitely spray good with alcohol. And I'm freeze framing this for some reason, and I can't unfreeze frame it, so that's just the way it was. But yes, sprayed with alcohol, then pour a layer of that same color I used for the embed. And if you don't use the fluid soap on that first layer connecting with the light color, you're going to have separation. So just remember that. That's very important with this soap and this type of process. So we're on the tail end here, and it's just a layering process of the embeds versus the liquid soap or fluid soap, back and forth, sprays with alcohol as you go, and then just fill it to the top. You could leave it textured on the top. If I do, I'll shave it off. But you know what? If you want to leave it textured on the top, that looks cool too. I've done soaps in the past that way. And I also want to add here at the end of this pour that the sparkle part, you know, it's not everybody's preference. So you can omit the that's a tongue twister there. You can omit the super sparkle and it's still a really cool looking effect. I say make it your own. And that's what I do. So here we go with the unmolding. Look at this. Oh my goodness. I will say I was over the moon excited when I saw it. I was expecting it to be a total flub, and it wasn't. So I want to make this again. Like I said, I had to show you the embeds that I hadn't made on screen. So I have another one of these to make, maybe in a different hue. And I'm not going to waste any time here with my trusty seam gauge scoring the soap. And I like to actually hand cut my soaps. It's therapy for me. This was another challenge though, doing it in a different location. I had to get a stool so that I could stand above the soap when I normally do it in my kitchen. But the whole scenario's changed now that I'm filming, and I've got to figure some of this stuff out. So bear with me as I go. But seems to be working out a little bit better this time. I don't sound like a 6th grade schoolgirl in front of the class. Well, kind of, but oh, anyway. Well, to all those people that need a translator, you probably must think I'm mad just because I ramble so much, and so my apologies for that. But the other people that don't need a translator, I'm mad. I don't know what else to say. Just kind of going along here, looking at the soaps. They turned out beautifully. I'm just thrilled. I figured you'd want to see the cut, so I'm just doing that as I yammer on. And I eyeball it sometimes, especially those last, when I'm doing that 5-inch mold, I eyeball the last 3 for the most part, just because the first 2 are that even inch, and then the middle ones are kind of as they go. And here we are on the final reveal. They look lovely. I just really am pleased with the colors, especially of this one. Out of all these, this style that I've made, this is by far my very favorite. So we'll see what happens the next round when I turn it just a hair more pink and less blue. But it'll still be in the lavender. It'll just be just that little shade more. And maybe my heart will be in the middle. If not. And the one thing that I'm not able to do is show this with the light reflecting behind it. So you can literally see through it. And that makes it really cool, is that, so when you're in the shower, you can get a joy out of looking at something like that. Yeah, it's transparent in those darker spots. Where the heart is, and then where that top section is. So you can literally see the light through it. But wow, pretty. I hope the next one turns out just as nice. And this is the awkward ending where I'm going to talk for a second about my next video, which will be that rebatch that I've already posted in the groups and promised some people that I would get it out. It's just a really cool technique, my go-to, and I want to teach it to you. So if you guys like my channel, I hope you subscribe. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.